Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcasts, go ahead and hit that 5-star rating and leave a review. Folks, we got breaking news that the odds of the SEC approving the Ethereum spot ETFs has increased. This is coming from Bloomberg, Eric Balchunas, and James Seyffert, the two gentlemen who have been covering the Bitcoin spot ETF race and the approval chances and so forth. They were pretty much spot on. Well, here's what Eric Balchunas tweeted out. James Seyffert and I are increasing our odds of spot Ether ETF approval to 75%. This is up from 25%. Hearing chatter this afternoon that the SEC could be doing a 180 on this because it's an increasingly political issue. So now everyone is scrambling. Like us, everyone else assumed they'd be denied. See Nate's tweet below for probability order of events. But again, we are capping at 75% until we see more. Example filing updates. Folks, very, very interesting. So we've been hearing over the past months that the SEC was not working well with the filers and the potential issuers. And then we saw the SEC go after the Ethereum Foundation consensus. Gary Gensler refused to state if Ethereum is a security or not. So you had all of these looming issues and potential roadblocks. And look, Prometheum is also launching their Ethereum custody service this week, and they're custodying Ethereum as a security. However, what we saw happen over the past 2 weeks is that Democrats sided with the Republicans and they repealed the SEC SOB 121. It's a big embarrassment for scumbag regulator Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren. And this could be the pressure that's mounting on them politically, because we are seeing Donald Trump come out and say, I support crypto. And there's just so many things happening. And if your own political party, Democrats, are siding with the Republicans to repeal bullshit rules that you put out, that's not good. So it could be the pressure is mounting and Gary Gensler is about to do a 180 here and approve these ETFs. Now, James Seyffert retweeted Eric and said, things are taking a turn for the better on the spot Ethereum ETF approvals this week, upping our odds to 75%. Now, enter Eleanor Terry of Fox Business, a journalist who said, an issuer source tells me regarding the spot Ethereum ETF development, things are evolving in real time. Now, I'll say something from my own side of things. I was scheduled to interview Matt Hogan of Bitwise today. He had to push back that interview saying, we're going to have big developments and let's talk on Wednesday. So as you can imagine, it could be all these folks are all hands on deck. Oh, it looks like this is happening. Let's put aside everything else. So that's from my end of things, my sources and what I'm hearing. But folks, if this is going to happen, get ready for the markets to go bonkers. Get ready for the next pump up. And we're going to talk about the price of Bitcoin hitting 70K today, Ethereum back over 3,500. So the market is starting to pick up steam. And here's what Jake Traversky had to say. If the spot Ethereum ETF is approved, it will be a true shock to everyone I know in DC who's close to this process. That doesn't mean it won't happen. It means approval could signal a major shift in US crypto policy after the SOB 121 vote, perhaps more important than the ETF itself. So once again, the pressure is mounting. Plus, you have the FIT bill vote this week, which would clarify the SEC and CFTC's role. It would actually empower the CFTC even more. So pressure is mounting on Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren. I told you guys when Chuck Schumer, one of the top Democrats, steered away from Elizabeth Warren and said, hey, Democrats, vote your conscience as it relates to the SOB 121. I was like, wow, that right there, that's a tipping point. Folks, things are looking really good and the markets are starting to move. And here, Taylor Barr of the Digital Chamber highlighted that the House will be voting on that FIT bill Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Now, he did say this is a bit fluid as far as the schedule. It could change, but it's happening Wednesday. So exciting times. And the next day, literally, is the deadline for the Ethereum spot ETFs, May 23rd. It's funny how all these things are coming together here. And check this out, guys. Coinbase did a really big move here. They've been building out their arsenal of their global advisory council, and they've added a former Congressman, Kendrick Meek. He was a former congressman from Miami, Florida. And Faryar Shirzad of Coinbase, who I've had on the podcast, said, very honored to have Kendrick Meek join the Coinbase Global Advisory Council at a time when 52 million Americans have joined the crypto economy. It's great to have an experienced leader like Kendrick join us in updating the system. So the crypto industry is not only donating to politicians, we're seeing members of government and all walks of the traditional financial markets coming to work in the crypto industry. That does not bode well for Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren, because you have these people who have political experience and the traditional finance experience and all types of resources and so forth that they can fight back against government overreach like what we're seeing with the SEC. So all of these things does not work well for Gary Gensler. Now, folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Uphold. Uphold is one of the top crypto exchanges out there where you can buy Bitcoin and all the top altcoins. They have 260 plus cryptocurrencies. And folks, you can also trade precious metals on here, such as gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. And Uphold has a great product called Vault, which allows you to back up your private keys. So if you lose any of your private keys, Uphold can help you recover it. You still control the funds. Uphold does not touch your funds. So this is a great platform I've been using for years, going back to 2018. If you'd like to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, folks, as all of this news is coming out about the Ethereum spot ETF, Ethereum is starting to rally. It is up over $3,500. It is up near 15% over the past 24 hours. Bitcoin also touched 70K today. We're seeing a bit of a pullback, but it touched 70K. And if you look at the chart, you're seeing a green candle on the move up here. It doesn't go up in a straight line, right, guys? And the RSI is moving upward. So we've been talking about the reversal. So this is a good sign, even if you hold altcoins and you don't hold Bitcoin. I believe the next pump could take us between 80 to 90K. My hope is that it goes to 90K. That will be awesome. And I think at 100K, we are going to see retail go bananas. I think that's that magic or psychological round number. Whoa, Bitcoin hit 100,000, right? It's kind of like the 1 million number for people and things like that. $100,000. Wow. And you can see retail FOMO start to pick up again. The DXY, dollar currency index, continues to break downwards. And here I want to share some charts from some different analysts. Kevin Svensson, who I've been sharing his chart analysis with the parabolic curve pattern for Bitcoin. You can see it is playing out beautifully, guys. You can't deny this man has been on point. That doesn't mean he's going to be right all the time, but his call on this pattern and reading the charts and the textbook pattern here has been accurate, and his sell point or next target is 90K. So we could see this pump take us to that 90K point, which would be amazing, folks. My hope it goes to 100K, but it will eventually get to 100K. It's just this short-term move for this leg of the parabolic bull run, will take us to 90K. We also got news here that from Rec Capital that altcoins, he shared a great chart showing the altcoin hype cycles and showing that in Q2 we had our dip, but in the middle of Q2 to Q3, which is around July, we will see a rally, and it will continue into Q3 and Q4. So he says, welcome to the Q2 altcoin hype cycle. Things are just getting started. Now, as always, Bitcoin has to move, then that liquidity flows to the altcoins. I know I repeat myself a lot there, but I'm trying to help you guys understand the markets so that you can make money, because it's not just, oh, this coin, or I feel bullish about this coin. What does the data tell you? What part of the cycle are we in? Understand these things so that you are a more educated and informed investor, and you can make more informed and smart decisions so that you don't lose money and you can make money. Now, no one can call the exact top or the exact bottom, but we want to have an approximation of where things are headed and where we want to exit and take our profits, guys, right? Buy low, sell high. So I've been buying the dips here and there, especially when we pulled back in March into April into early May, buying more altcoins, not Bitcoin, but I bought like more AI themed tokens such as Fetch and Render, because those have been doing really well for me. And we continue to see the Bitcoin ETF buying is on the rise. So speaking of Bitwise, I told you guys about Matt Hogan earlier. Here, Hunter Horsley of Bitwise tweeted out $24 million in Bitwise Bitcoin ETF today. Bitcoin is efficiently purchased. Grateful to the investors entrusting us as their partner in the space. Proud these investors support open source development through our 10% profit donation program. As I've said before, excited for 2024 and the mainstream chapter of this space. And one of the great things I have to shout out about Bitwise, they have made their Bitcoin wallet address public. So all the ETF Bitcoin that goes into that wallet, they have made it public. And I wish the rest of the industry would do that. BlackRock and these guys. And there's been some debate recently about BlackRock not holding the amount of Bitcoin they have the cash for. So I have to give a lot of respect and kudos to the folks at Bitwise for sticking to this transparency principle and being more open about it. So the inflows are on the rise again for the Bitcoin ETFs, and the bull market's not over, folks. There are people who are calling for the top. I don't know why they were calling the top. The charts don't tell that. If you even look at the Fibonacci model or wave counts, it does not show that. But exciting times, my friends. Folks, don't forget to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto, The Crash of FTX and the Rise of Safer, Stronger Digital Assets. Buy it and as a copy to support the podcast. Buy a couple copies to give to your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. It touches on crypto's past, present, future, talks about tokenization, the ETF race, talks about scumbag regulator Gary Gensler and the government overreach, talks about FTX and why it wasn't the ethos of crypto. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and listening. Appreciate your support, and I'll talk to you all later.